Let's untwisted fantasy.
Oh, boy.
We off the grid. This for my kid. For when my kids had kids. I wanna go to the moon. Don't leave so soon. How could I get through? You better be like hi with a bunch of eyes, or hey with a bunch of wise. Niggas, this song Donda, on my mama,
Oh boy, Kanye actually came the fuck through with Donda Deluxe. I was listening to that Drink Champs episode and he just casually dropped, yeah, we're gonna put this shit on Donda Deluxe. I'm like, what, nigga? There's a Donda Deluxe? I did not believe this guy for a second, but you know, on Donda he said, believe what I say. And he actually came through. So this Deluxe is interesting because not only are there a few additional tracks, I know there's some tracks where some vocals have been changed and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do the whole fucking 32 songs. I'll be here all day. So there's, I think, 4 or 5 additional tracks. There's Life of the Party with Andre 3000, which is, you know, the one that has grabbed people's attention for obvious reasons. But there's the version on the Donda Deluxe on Spotify, but there's also a version released as a single, which is the explicit version. That's the one that I'm going to listen to, even though I've heard it already. I actually uploaded a video a couple of months ago when it dropped, listening to the leak, and I got a fucking copyright strike. Yeah, that was fun, because I was listening to leaks like a dickhead. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But also he's changed the sequencing of the album. So it starts with Donda Chant like it does, but then we got Hurricane, Moon, Life of the Party, Off the Grid, Jail. Yeah, it's kind of like it's been fucking shuffled. So the first one, I don't really know where to start actually. Let me take my fucking pick. Okay, so I'll start with Life of the Party. Again, I've heard this one. Obviously I haven't heard the explicit one because it just came out. I thought it was fucking amazing, but I haven't heard it since that leak dropped, so I'm going to listen to the whole thing again. Life of the Party from Donda Deluxe, Kanye and Andre 3000, and someone called Urko.
Taking it easy, swapping personal experiences. Let's listen in America today.
Life of the Party. It's fucking beautiful.
It's the life of the party. Hey, Miss Donda, you run and tell my mama, please tell her I said say something. I'm starting to believe ain't no such thing as heaven's trumpets. No after over, this is it done.
Man, just you know, Andre 3000 is one of those. To me, Andre 3000 is like the GOAT. He's one of those people that as soon as he starts his verse, you just shut the fuck up and you listen for however long it is.
Miss Donda, you see my mama, tell her I'm lost. You see, she'd always light a cigarette. We talk.
The concept of this song is so like touching and kind of fucked up because Andre's basically, you know, I understood why, you know, Andre had a gripe with Kanye having the Drake diss verse on this song because, you know, he's poured his fucking soul into this. The concept of the song is that he's speaking to Donda, who's in heaven, asking him to communicate with his deceased mother. And if you haven't, I remember Andre dropped a song called To Bury Your Parents a couple of years ago, which is like one of the most beautiful things I think he's ever done.
Y'all thought a nigga was hot, thought I was crazy. My mom, she cut no corners, got me back on track. I don't miss her overstepping, but do miss her showing 7 civilian life shit. And perverted, so spirit spinning and dirty. So
Do you know what I think is the reason that Kanye has allowed this explicit version to be released? Because obviously Kanye has not dropped a song where he's the lead artist that has been, you know, listed as explicit for a long time, a very long time. From, I think it was probably, I Love It. And I think this is kind of his way of apologizing to Andre and saying, look, I'm going to keep your intended vision intact and I'm not going to touch it at all. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
You see my father, please ask him why. He never married, always smiled, but was he happy inside? Because I carry my mother.
Ask my father. He always smiled, but ask him, was he ever happy? Just that thought and imagery alone of, like, you know, a loved one passing and you were never really sure like how content they were with their own life is so fucked up.
For a young lady, no coincidence, they both passed away from heart conditions. There's a dissidence that played dad and mom do hard division 3,000. poster child for big dick niggas raised by their mothers. I'm supposed to smile, keeps me around for what I don't know, but I do know that it's...
I said, God keeps me around for what? I don't know. But both of his parents died. What the fuck? Am I still doing it? What's the point? That's what you're saying.
We back ramped up, we on 10. It's a marathon.
So this Kanye verse, again, I'm going to assume is not the Kanye verse that had all the Drake shit. I'm going to assume it's different, so I haven't heard it.
Put the whole family on. Look at what my Kim did. Just like Puff told Christopher, we gon' win big. We gon' win big. I ain't turning home for like 4 months, and I bet she let me. She saw the vision. Yeezy, you special, gon' make your own decisions and give them enough of their own rope to hang with. The paparazzi never really got what my angle is. They treat my...
Do you know what's the crazy thing as well? Kanye and Andre 3000 are both rappers in their like mid 40s, and they sound this passionate about what they're rapping about and just so fired up. Like, it's so rare to have someone so late in their career do this. Like, obviously Andre and Kanye are completely, the way their, you know, later stages of their career have gone is completely different. Kanye is someone who has, you know, continually evolved, and he has this knack of like always looking for the future. That's why the features on his albums are always the up and comers. That's why on Life of Pablo you had fucking Post Malone, you had Young Thug, you had the next crop. It's the same with Donda. That's why there's Playboy Carti. That's why there's 5 Year Foreign. That's why there's Lil Durk. Andre 3000's approach is that this nigga just waits in the shadows, and every 6 months to a year he just steps out. He's like, look, I'm gonna just drop you the best feature of the year, and he's done it. I can't even speak. This nigga is making me not be able to speak. I remember he dropped Where's the Catch with James Blake in 2019. Arguably one of the best feature verses of the year. Then he did fucking Come Home with Anderson .Paak. One of the best feature verses of the year. Now there's this. This is one of the best feature verses of the year.
Wait a minute, let me stop playing with it. Hop in the land with it, hop in the land with it. In a damn pandemic, little Uncle Sam gotta have his damn hand in it. Listen,
Uncle Sam gotta have his hand in it.
We gon' win big. We gon' win big. Really, get off scot-free. I'm talking
Ridley, I remember that. Yeah.
my knees as if you with me. Really, I mean really. Really, I mean really. I mean really.
And then there's the DMX outro. Yeah. I mean really. Okay, yeah, that song was fucking beautiful. Again, just Andre 3000, man. I just love you so fucking much. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? Okay, so I'm looking through the track list. We've got we've got Up From the Ashes. Up From the Ashes. And now bear in mind, I didn't listen to any of the listening events prior to the release of Donda. I still haven't gone and listened back to the listening events. So if this was on one of them, I haven't heard it. So Up From the Ashes.
Up from the ashes into the sky, found a redeemer, blessed with new life. I could tell you, he could show you.
Fucking choir. There is only one nigga on this fucking planet that could ever make me utter any kind of religious words, and it's Kanye.
I come to you empty, free of my pride. We walk by faith and declaring the...
I don't know who's on that guitar, because it's like so warm.
I could tell you, he can show you. Empty, free of my pride.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. I come to you empty, free of my pride. So that song was sorry, quite explicitly about faith and rebirth and, you know, shedding himself of all his earthly sins. One of the more overtly religious songs of the entire album. I really, really enjoyed that. Okay, so what have we got next? We've got Remote Control Part 2, and I know, because obviously Donda's been out for such a long time, that Kid Cudi was on Remote Control on one of the listening parties, so maybe this Part 2 has him back on here.
Who's up in the fan? They my only fans.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys, you must have heard the fucking podcast, the Part 2 podcast that Kanye was on, and this nigga says that he bootlegs his OnlyFans from Reddit. You are a billionaire. Support the business.
Got it on remote control, like a CEO.
This song is so incredibly catchy.
He got it on remote control, like a CEO. Feeling like the man. Got it on remote control.
See, this is how you make a song so overtly about faith that literally everyone can enjoy. We needed more Thug on this album.
I do you a love, a little tighter, have you rock your ball.
You know, I never actually thought about it, but the got it on remote control, I'm not sure if that is a hook that Kanye came up with or Thug came up with, because it's so like Thug-esque.
You're not understand, I am not your man. See, I'm super, I got plans.
I'm super, I got plans.
Cut it in the man, on them big like.
That is, a man said, cut it in the man. This guy's been doing a lot of features recently.
It's on, and we bought it. Say goodbye to the worries, baby. So long.
Do you hear how simple this is? And it sounds so good. It's just Cudi singing over one bass note.
Innocent. Ooh. And I'm trying to find you in my dreams. Ooh. See, I'm just a like.
This guy is literally just singing over one synth bass and it's fire. It goes stupid. Do you know, I thought it was an interesting take to have Cudi not over the actual beat and just give him this extended outro where it's, again, just him singing over this bass like a little epilogue to the actual song. Again, I fuck with that shit. It's Cudi. It's Cudi. So we got Never Abandon Your Family and also Keep My Spirit Alive Part 2. Okay, so Never Abandon Your Family.
Never abandon your family. The second was that no matter what, his family, and he never has.
You kind of put this on here to fire shots at Kid.
You know why my spirit's calling. Darkness can't take light from me. Haven't you gone far enough? Let's untwisted fantasy.
Oh.
My family. I'm losing my family.
Oh, that's fucked, man. It's fucked up. That's literally in real time, just screaming into the fucking ether, into the cosmos, that he is losing his. That's literally what is happening to him right now.
I'm losing my family. Losing my family. Cried out to you in my sleep. You thought.
Oh, Mum's life. I've got goosebumps in every crevice.
She's screaming at me. Daddy, how could you leave?
This is fucking heartbreaking. Jesus Christ.
Come back tonight, Daddy, please. Daddy, how could you leave? Daddy, how could you leave? I'm so mean. I wish I never screamed. Alcohol when you breathe. you love me?
Stop. He said, she said, Daddy, don't leave. Please promise me, or please tell me that you love me. Is he like singing from the perspective of his daughter witnessing the divorce of their parents, and like she's questioning whether her dad loves her because he has to leave? That is so fucked up.
It said no matter what, you never abandon your family. It said no matter what, you never abandon your family.
That goes hard.
No matter what,
You never abandon your family. Oh, well, that was fucking heartbreaking, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I should stop blaspheming over this album. Yeah. Damn. Okay, so we've also got Keep My Spirit Alive Part 2.
You can take it all with the Lord on my side.
Oh, so this is the original version, because when I reacted to this album, it had what's her name, Casey. It had her on it, and then there was an update, and she wasn't on it. Like, you know, Chris Brown wasn't on New Again as well. So this is just the original version that I've already heard. So okay, Keep My Spirit Alive Part 2 is the same, except it has Casey on it. So it's the original version. So the only other one that I'm interested to listen to is Come to Life, because I've heard that there is Tyler the Creator on some backing vocals. If Tyler's on it, I'm gonna fucking listen to it. So Come to Life Deluxe Edition.
Lift me up every time. You know exactly where to find me. Come to life. Make it all come to life.
Oh, there he is. Do you know what? Do you know what? This song took me. It took me a while for this to grow on me. I'm not like when I first reacted, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is cool." It was one of those ones that was really, really a grower.
3, 2, 1, your pain.
Do you know it's kind of strange as well? Because when Tyler sings, he tends to, he tends to sing in this, flat falsetto, or just pitch his voice up like stupidly high. And this is like the deepest I've ever heard him sing. Like he's singing in effectively his regular voice, which is a very rare thing for him to do.
Take your thoughts and pencil them in.
Okay, so the rest of the song was exactly the same. So we had just a sprinkling of Tyler. It's I can't believe it took until 2021 for Tyler the Creator to be featured on a Kanye project, and he's on background vocals, man. So now Donda is over 2 hours and has 32 songs. I saw someone on Twitter say something quite funny. It was like, because Ye and Jesus King were both like, they were both around the 25-minute mark or so. This is like his apology. But yeah, the additions. I'd be really interested. It's the fact that he switched up the order really interests me, because I thought that Donda had this, barring the part 2s at the end, I thought it had quite a coherent narrative running through it. Like there was this arc of redemption and stuff within it. So it's interesting to see that he's rejigged that. I'd love to know what the reason is behind it. But yeah, that, so Life of the Party again, I'd heard it already and I loved it. It's Kanye and Andre 3000 together. It can't not be amazing. But that, what the fuck was it called? Never Abandon Your Family. That song was fucking stunning. Like that was genuinely amazing. That was one of the most heartbreaking things I've heard Kanye do in years. But yeah, I can't believe we actually got Donda Deluxe. What universe is this? Kanye is following through on his promises. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on the new additions to Donda. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Make sure to like, subscribe, dong the bell, and I will see you next time.
Don't try to test me. I keep it clean, but it can get messy. I talk to God every day. That's my bestie. They playing soccer in my backyard. I think I see Messi, and this money could never neglect me. I pray that my family will never resent me. And she fell in love with me soon as she met me. We both got a back in my bag. It's all heavy. Are you mad? Off the Greek. I'm off the Greek. How was that?